Welcome to Ringside Riot. My name is Nick. I'm filling in for Jared today because he's too busy doing DDP yoga. Yes, that's right.
Welcome to Ringside Riot.
Hey, let's talk about wrestling. Roll a seat up and pour yourself a cold drink. We're gonna talk about the things that fire you up. Because it is wrestling. Everyone is coming down, not wearing a frown. Talk about it. We gonna talk about it. Talk about the things that really fire you up. And because it is wrestling. Everyone is coming down, not wearing a frown.
Raw emanated from the United Kingdom this week, the place that brought you the Beatles, Harry Potter, and fish and chips. It appears as though CM Punk and Daniel Bryan are going to be versing the entire WWE roster. The Shield came out, 3-on-2, okay, handicap match. Then the Wyatt family came out. Sorry I don't have the figures, but I promise they're coming soon. So now it's 6-on-1. So I was thinking, while Daniel Bryan and CM Punk seem to be the saviors of the WWE, why not just verse the entire world? Tell you what, right here we got Batman and Robin. I think I'm gonna... Well, you know how Christian Bale talks. Wait, no, I have more. It's okay. What about CM Punk and Daniel Bryan versus RoboCop and Iron Man? That's fair, right? One has a gun and the other has lasers. Oh no, but you know what? I figure let's just really make this fair, because everybody, we got Wonder Woman and Superman. Well, I'll tell you what, they've both faced John Cena and he's pretty much like Superman, so it wouldn't be that much of a difference. Well, look who returned to Raw. Good old Paul Heyman, after being GTS'd on the top of his cell at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, with his lackey / man butler / man servant, Curtis Axel, pushing his wheelchair. Now I told you that you need the wheelchair playset, because wouldn't you know it, Paul Heyman is back in a wheelchair, and he swears revenge on CM Punk, and he's going to get what's coming to him, as if Ryback was a huge failure and disappointed him. The big loser of the week would have to be Ryback of the WWE roster, mainly because he's like a ship out at sea that will never return to shore. We started out with Feed Me More, and that kind of went well. Then he became a bully, then he became a Paul Heyman guy. Now Paul Heyman has no need for his services. Considering he pretty much buried him, what are they going to do with Ryback? I actually feel bad for this guy. The winner of the week, Antonio Cesaro. Why? Well, WWE's overseas in Europe, and apparently they love him. Believe it or not, the man who is multilingual is actually German. He went to Germany and he spoke to the fans in German and they went crazy. This resulted in John Cena on the European tour putting him over big time. Well, hello there. Just going over everything that happened on TNA. So, let's break this down real quick. Main Event Mafia breaks up. That's right, boys, the band that no one cared about is over. Sting decided to pull the plug on the Main Event Mafia. No one cares. Mr. Anderson gets jumped by aces and eights. He is beaten down. Where is this going? Not quite sure. But the one thing, the one saving grace, is that Jeff Hardy defeated Chris Sabin and he is your new X Division champion. And if there's anywhere that gold should be in TNA, it should be around Hardy's waist. And that's what's good for business. Total Divas returned Sunday, and it was rather unremarkable, except for one thing. One really funny thing. Well, wouldn't you know it, that Funkadactyl Naomi? Her big booty gets her in so much trouble. So, she goes to do her finishing move. Basically, jumps up, hits Natty Neidhart in the stomach or in the bladder. Now, this is where it gets funny. Natty says that because of the butt shot to her bladder, that she basically tinkled herself a little bit. Really? This is what passes for television? The most interesting thing that happened on this episode was Natty Neidhart pissing her pants. La la, la la, I'm here to ruin your day. La la, la la, I am the game. La la, la la, they call me Triple H. I wish you the best on your future endeavors and never come back. Ta-ta!
In a galaxy far, far away,
Before Disney owned Marvel, they made comic books like this, the World Championship Wrestling comic. That's right. For $1.25 in April of 1992, you could have owned this comic book, and you still can. There were only about 12 issues, and they all had photo covers, the first issue featuring Lex Luger. It is the most insane comic book you'll ever read. These men do not stop fighting. Not only is it about their in-ring exploits, but they're fighting everywhere. They go to a buffet, they're fighting. Coat check, fighting. They go for a swim, fighting. That's all these guys do is fight. But honestly, it's one of the funniest things I've ever read. So I suggest you go on eBay or any other website that you might find a garage sale and pick up some issues of World Championship Wrestling as presented by Marvel Comics. That's right, the WWE 2K14 contest starts now. Go to your Create a Wrestler mode, create your favorite superstar, create whatever you want. The sky is the limit, but the only way you're gonna win, that's right, 5 winners, count them, 5 winners. The only way you're gonna win is by being as creative as possible. Now follow the rules and start making history. Mattel WWE Presents Series 35. You've got Jinder Mahal, Kane, Damian Sandow, Triple H, Cody Rhodes, and Daniel Bryan. Collect them all. La 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 la! Welcome to Ringside Mailbag, where you have answers and I have questions. Wait a second, it's the other way around. First question. Jacked up on PSN 13. Jerry, I've been asking you this for the last 4 weeks. Please answer. Did you grow up around a lot of wrestlers? Yes, I did. I had a very strange childhood, and we had a lot of family friends. I really don't want to go into it and like name drop and everything, but there were many barbecues and whatnot where there were tons of wrestlers, believe it or not. Some you might know, some you might not. Some of you were a little too young, some of you a little too old. That really didn't make sense either. Wrestling fan 900Z. That's a weird name. Ringside, will we ever get the new Hanako and Camacho figures? They came back on the 11/7/13 edition of Main Event. All right, I have to be honest with you. I'd say this is rather unlikely. I mean, unless they get called up to Raw or SmackDown and they're more of a main event position and not just on the show main event, probably not gonna happen. Sorry, buddy. Drew Haynes asks, Jerry, please answer. Will we get a Stephanie McMahon figure in 2014? Now, if you've been watching the interviews which we've been posting with Mattel designer Bill McKenna, which I'm gonna put a link right here so you can click on it and watch that and find out a lot of these same questions you've been asking. Bill McKenna said that a Stephanie figure in the near future is very likely. So that's pretty cool. She's beautiful. I want a new figure. Memento Mori 54 asks, will we see Lita in 2014? Lita is currently not under any deal with the WWE. However, the Mattel designers have told us they would love to do a Lita figure. I want a Lita figure. You want a Lita figure. So let's make it happen. If you're watching, Lita, please contact Mattel and let's get this figure made. That about wraps it up for this week, boys and girls. I would love to answer all your questions. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and the most important part, right below me, ask your questions. Think of some good ones. If you see people reposting the same question, don't ask that question. I'll see you next week.
What's up, Ringside Collectibles? These are my action figures for the Fan Weekly contest. And got Dan Bryan holding the WWE Championship. And got the Big Show and Randy Orton. So these are my action figures, Ringside Collectibles. Subscribe for more of my videos. Leave a comment.
Well, like all good things, Ringside or Riot must come to an end. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. And for the largest selection of WWE figures in the universe, go to WrestlingFigures.com, or I'm gonna hit you with this chair!